Hey there, all my Rotation 411 Astrology subscribers. So today we're going to quickly walk through how to find your perfect astrological match using divine-timing-database.org. So you will type divine-timing-database.org into your browser on your desktop or computer. Their link is also in the description and pinned in the comments below. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see here. Fix this a little. Oh, you guys, I moved this around on you. Always something. Okay, here we go. Lock that. So to start, you can sign up here. This is not a submission for, sales and promotions, but you will go to the home page and you will enter the database here. You can also download it on Google Play. The app, it's coming out for Apple this year, but the desktop or mobile browser works probably the best. So enter the database. It's the same thing on the Android app. Once you download it, you will have to enter the database to be able to utilize all the features of the app. That's how you will join and sign up on the app, is by entering the database. You can also click up here to get to this page to enter the database. So here it explains to you, find your twin flame in 3 easy steps. So fill out the form at the bottom of this page. That's where we're going now. The computer is running a little slow due to the streaming. All right, you see here, this is the step. These are the steps that we are going to walk through today. So then after you sign up at the bottom of the page, you will get a thank you page and it will give you a link for step 2. Register your new database username to auto search, and this will allow you to automatically see if you have any matches in the database, whereas before you would have to wait to be notified. You will automatically be able to search, but we're going to go through that. And then step 3 is meet your matches through Messenger while maintaining your privacy. So if you see this login, not sure if the cursor is showing on this particular stream, but up to the right you should see login on the menu. It says home, divine timing database, how it works, birthday match, free private database, affiliate program, and then login. So in order to get to step 3, the chat, you can log in anytime here at divinetimingdatabase.org. It will take you to this login. So going down, you can read through all of this for more information. At the bottom of the page it says find your divine partner, basic info. Choose a username here, please, you guys, that you don't mind your matches seeing, but also potentially, other people in the database. So here the example is Anonymous Aries. A lot of our users will use something like, if their name is John, they'll use John123, but I think it's best to use something quite like an alias, so that people can get to know you based solely on the astrology, because that's sort of the thrill of this, is that they won't know much about you. But if you feel comfortable using some variation of your name, that's fine. Just know that this is the username that you will use both on the auto match site that we're registering for and for this site for the chat. So it will be visible to many other users, especially your matches mostly. So choose that name wisely. Choose a password that you won't forget, please. Enter your details. Make sure that you answer these questions correctly, these little check boxes, because, for example, if we go to the bottom of the page here, I know a couple of you have gotten caught up on this 'cause I've talked to you about it. You won't be able to complete the form and check out if you don't answer these correctly. So, for example, right here it says, I understand that finding my twin flame soulmate may take some time. The right answer is, I'm willing to wait on the right mate. I will be patient in the process. If you choose, I will not be happy with waiting and I will ask for a refund, you will not be able to submit the form. And it says, if you do not see the PayPal payment form, please rethink your answers. So you would have to go up here and say, okay, I'm willing to be patient. although now it's much quicker with the auto search, which is what we're getting into today. So see, once you've completed the form, you check out, you're automatically submitted. The thank you page will lead you either to this login here. See how fast it loads. You'll have two buttons on the thank you page. One showing you how to log in for the first time. You saw the picture above for the chat. And the second one is, oh, got a little ahead of ourselves there, for, okay, guess I reopened this page. The second one is to register. So let's go back up really quick. It's all here on those first 3 steps I showed you, those 2 login pages. So once you submit, you will be able to either log in for chat, which you won't necessarily need to do yet because you first want to go, and again, it'll be on the thank you page, and you will go register. Let me just go ahead and, of course, I try to be efficient and make this quick and understandable. But you will go in and you will register for the auto match. And once you register, you'll be able to view, you will want to, after you register, you will have to log in again to this, and then you'll go to enter my birth details. Oh, it says I'm not logged in. Okay, this is great. I tried to have it all ready for you guys, and then I ended up on a long phone call. So, okay, let's see if you go to the home page here. So, oh, now it's showing us as logged in. I believe this is actually the page it brings you to anyways. So once you get that thank you page, after you fill out the form on Divine Timing Database, enter the database, and you pay the fee, you will be given 2 links, which one you can always get to through this login button at the top right of divinetimingdatabase.org. Here is you log in using the username that you selected in the form and password. And this will take you into the chat, and you'll be able to talk to any matches, but in order to find your matches, there'll be another link that takes you here. If you scroll down, this just kind of gives you a brief summary of this database. This is the actual physical database. You register a login. Now, even though you filled out the form and you have a login for the chat, you will have to use the same database name. And this is important because this is how you will be able to link and automatically chat with people in the future. So you will register the same name here, like let's say Anonymous Aries. So you fill out the form and submit, but then you register in the actual physical database to auto match, if that makes sense. Of course, it's 12 characters, so my example wouldn't be that. And then I recommend, and we recommend, that you choose the same password just so it's easier for you to remember. But if you come down here to log in without registering and you try to use that username and password, it's not going to work in here. So you have to register in the physical database after you enter. Now you don't have to, there is an option for you to have us do this for you, but this is pretty cool because that takes a little bit of time, maybe a few days. This you can do in 5 minutes. So the example that I used for this account is in star. So all the test accounts have a star. There's only a couple of them in there. So we're going to use that. Oh, of course, because I'm live, it wasn't the correct information. Oh, maybe I hadn't put an asterisk there. Let's try this. Nope, of course. It's really not this challenging, but I'm probably going to redo this video. But for those of you watching now, oh, I see. Okay, that's just wonderful. It's not letting me do it. Let me think. Okay, there we go. It was, so lowercase and uppercase is important. It was a lowercase that we signed up with, so do bear that in mind. So once you get in, you'll register, and then it will take you back to that login page, and then you'll have to log in one time, and then you have to enter your birthdays again, your birth details. So you do enter it one time on this form down here, because we want to have a hard backup copy, just in case, you know, anything ever happens. You are secure in your submission, and we will find you your matches. But and it's also just for admin and everybody to, like, if you need help for us to look into things quicker, to have it in 2 different places. So you will fill in your birth details here, and it may seem a little redundant, but the exciting part about filling it in here is that you will then, you know, then you have to process the data, and then it's going to give you a little rundown to clarify your details, and then you'll click again. So this user already has their details entered. So once you enter and you process, you'll go to view my matches, and once you're in this part, you can view your matches anytime by clicking at the top on the menu, view my matches, and it will bring you here to this page, best and rare matches. Now these are the people that you have moon compatibility with and no malefic deal breakers or yellow flag aspects. These are very rare. That's why it says best and rare. So if you have a match in here, I have seen some really beautiful marriages that would fit that criteria. That's, you know, what it usually correlates with. So do be excited if you have a match there. Most likely you're going to have a few best potential matches, at least one for this particular user. I know for my account, I already have 3 of them. Now, we are entering celebrities in here as sort of a bonus. So for example, my account, I have 2 test users that I knew that we were compatible, and I have a celebrity that I match with here. But as the database grows, you're more likely to have a best potential match, which can be just as significant of a connection because you don't have any malefics. You'll see it says 0 here. So it says name of woman, name of man. If you look at the table, partner natal, contact info. Now soon you'll be able to click under contact info, and it will tell you, it'll take you right to the chat with them. But for right now, because the auto match feature is a little bit new, we want to verify your matches before that. So what you do if you have a match under either of these categories is you give the name of the man. So for example, if this was your match, you would write divinetimingdatabase@gmail.com and say, you know, my username on Divine Timing Database is test asterisk, right? Which, don't use asterisks as your usernames because those are the test accounts. And my match's name is CJ, okay? And then we will connect you to in the chat for the time being. But coming, cool, you think, you can literally look up the partner, your match's natal report, and see. And if you click on, for example, test here, it's called Quick View. And it's an example, it's sort of like what you have on CoStar. So you can quickly see, okay, this test, which his name would be like Joe or something, right? Their sun is in Virgo, moon is in Pisces. And if you want the rising sign, it's the ascendant down here in Leo. But you could also, malefics 0 and yellow flags 5. Okay, what does that mean? You want to know what it means? Go to match criteria, click on details. And this is the final breakdown. Now this page may or may not look like this. We're still kind of playing around with it, but up at the top you can see the birthdays, and I may omit those as well. I haven't decided yet because it is based just on the astrology. So is it so bad that you know the age and birthdays? Well, I don't believe that age has anything to do with astrology. So there are I do believe there might be like a wide age gap stipulation just baked into this software, but particularly in this, I didn't want to do that, so it's a wide age. So I do believe it's at least 30 to 40 years apart. It will match you as long as you're 18 and over. So the 2 people mentioned above have the same polarity with their moon, have your moons in the same polarity. What this means though, same polarities, is that it's not making like a 5-degree trine or sextile or conjunction, but these two do have their moons in friendly signs, so it's a green flag basically, as it's written in green here. Then malefic aspects between you, 0. No, you will never have any malefic aspects with any of your best or potential matches. So here's the thing. I have gone in there and changed and added a malefic or a yellow flag or taken them out, etc. I'll do that very rarely. The only issue with the database so far is that it will still show them as a match. So you do kind of want to always check. Like if I went in and added a malefic after you matched with this person, you might come in here and it will say 1 all of a sudden. So, but it will list it for you below how these yellow flags are. So, I mean, that's going to be a very, very rare occurrence, but I shouldn't even say it because it might confuse some of you. But if it happens to say 1 or more, that's because it was added after you initially signed up. And so it had already matched you. You could always write divinetimingdatabase@gmail.com if you have any questions about that, but it should always say 0, malefic aspects 0, because that's how we've eliminated everyone in the database that doesn't match to you. Now, yellow flag aspects, you know, ideally you're only going to have 2 or 3. This particular couple happens to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, Neptune conjunct Uranus, it's on the edge for me of being a malefic. So in the future, these two may not even match. But for an example, you know, this one, say you have 2 or 3 matches and one of your matches you have a moon actual trine or sextile and you only have 2 yellow flags, I would recommend prioritizing that match over this match, for example. But it breaks it down for you down here. It's sort of a key or a legend. It explains to you about the moon compatibility, which would be sort of that green flag aspect we were talking about. The malefic aspects, which, you know, you won't have any with this person, with these matches. Yellow flag aspects. Now here it kind of shows you how to look into those a little more. You'll go back to this page here, and you can do that anytime from the menu at the top. You can go back to view my matches, or this actually opens in a new tab, so you will be able to just click back to the other tab, which, oh, here we go. I'm gonna X out of that one. So right here for yellow flag aspects, you know, they do have a few. So if you want to learn more about these yellow flag aspects, you go back to this page. Now it's taking forever to load because it's the live stream that slows it down. It works much faster just when we're not live streaming it to the world. So you would go to Synastry here. It says Synastry Wheel and Synastry Report. You'll go to the report. And this is important to know for one other reason. Now, if you don't care about astrology and you just wanted a good astrological match because you trust it but you don't necessarily know, then you don't even have to look into any of this. You can literally just see, oh, I've got a match here. I'm going to email admin, divinetimingdatabase@gmail.com, and let them know I want to chat with my match as soon as possible, and they will get in contact with them and connect you. Like I said, very soon, you'll just be able to click, send them a message, and they'll get an email, and it's just whenever they can get back to you. Now, if they're sleeping, obviously, just like any other dating site, right? They'll reply to you when they see the message. But so here we go. Yellow flag aspects, you can kind of check out the definitions of them by going to, oh, here we go. I clicked on report. It must have opened in a new tab. Yeah, here we go. So these two, I did keep the dual cosmodine scores in here, which is a little bit different school of thought. You know, I don't believe that it makes or breaks a couple, but it is something to make note of. It is a cool scoring system. I'll link the video I was talking about a certain aspect on YouTube, but I did go into this a little. So these two have a 6.42 harmony, which, you know, plus 10 is ideal, but it's not negative. And that's a way of calculating just the powers in the chart. Again, I've done a video on that as well. But just to keep it very simple for you guys, you know, here we could see, okay, we knew the moon in the same polarity. So test's moon, the test subject's moon is 3 degrees Pisces. Moon is 25 degrees Virgo. So Virgo and Pisces are opposite signs, but in order for it to be in opposition, which is compatible, they would have to either be both at 3 degrees or both near 25 degrees, within 5 degrees. Since they're at like 22 degrees apart, it's still friendly signs, which I have seen work. But of course, the closer the degrees are, being the same, 25 to 25 or like 23 to 25 is obviously going to be ideal. So this is the report. So really, aside from looking at these quick view planets again at the top, you want to go down here and you want to look at meanings of interplanetary aspects. Now right now we've only inputted the most important ones, but soon all of these will be in here. So these two have like Mars conjunct Mars, which gets sort of scored with the dual cosmodines, oddly, but it is a very good aspect. It's a lot of physical passion and congruence. You really vibe and have the same rhythms. Jupiter square Neptune can be sort of over-promising one another, but you can read it all here, the descriptions. And so it's basically showing you, all those yellow flags like Jupiter square Neptune. It's describing it more. Sun square Saturn is also one. It will be inputted in here. It just hasn't been yet. So, but for the malefics, it's in here, but you won't ever have those. Let's see. If it was a moon trine or opposition or not, or sextile, it would also be in here. But because it's just the polarity, that doesn't matter so much. Now, here's the one last thing I just want to. So now you know how to look up the synastry report. You can go check out the wheel. I'll give you guys a glimpse of the wheel really quick, just for a visual since we're on here. The wheel is just a cool thing that you can look at. For those of you that know synastry, you'll understand it better, but we did include it in here. The dual cosmotine square, it does say that up there as well. So here's the actual synastry wheel, which is pretty cool. Oh, and it does actually have the descriptions in here as well. Just the, okay, so it's only showing the ones that are already inputted. Oh, okay. I didn't know those were actually going to be in there. That's cool. All right. So now there's one category. So up here, going back up, my computer would run a little faster on this. So see here we have Uranus 000 Neptune. Well, this would be if up in the same spot below Uranus 00 Neptune. 000 means conjunction, 090 means square, 180 means opposition. Those are the only ones you're going to see. So if Venus 000 Mars lands in this yellow flag category, which is the only place you would see it, it's either make or break. So as of right now, we can do it. We just haven't baked it in yet. Because it's only matching planet to planet, we haven't specified Venus is female, Mars is male. But when you go to the synastry where we just were right here, it will tell you, okay, so here, it will tell you Neptune, okay, Neptune square Jupiter, test is Neptune and CJ is Jupiter, okay? So you'll want to come to the synastry report and you'll want to look for Venus conjunct Mars if it shows up in the yellow flags. If not, disregard this, it's no big deal. You'll come here and you'll say, okay, if test is the male, we want him to be Mars. And if CJ is the female, we want her to be Venus. And you'll know because one of these is going to be you. So you'll know who's male and female pretty easily, right? So yeah, we want Venus to be the woman and Mars to be the man. And the way you would check that is under this synastry report that we clicked. See, please go back to view my matches and click on synastry report. That's what we just did. So just in a nutshell, if Venus is the woman and the man is Mars, then this actually, if there are no other yellow flag aspects, so see here there's 5 yellow flag aspects. Let's say there's only one yellow flag aspect and it's Venus 000 Mars. That would actually push this person into your best and rare matches category. But if you have Venus 000 Mars and you have any more than that, you have 2 or more yellow flag aspects, this is still a potential best match, okay? If, though, and this is kind of the warning, the male is Venus and the female person is Mars, that would actually disqualify them altogether. You can still get to know them if you want. Venus conjunct Mars is very powerful regardless, but it just, you may not have the same success rate and we won't count you into our success rates. You know what I mean? So like, you can try dating that person, but you're not going to be, if you have other matches, again, I would recommend that you pursue them or prioritize them over if you're the female Mars or the male Venus in a Venus-Mars conjunction. So that's, I don't know if I should have added that because I don't want to confuse any of you. Oh, hey, Sarah. Love your site. You're having troubles logging in? So you wouldn't be able to log in. You wouldn't be able to log in until you've entered the database. That's the thing. So you have to enter the database before you'll be able to log in. Once you enter, you pick your username and password when you fill out the form. Let me just go back really quick. So let's clarify this for you guys and then we'll wrap it up here. So you can't just go to divinetimingdatabase.org and go log in. You have to fill out the form. You have to fill out the form either by going to Divine Timing Database or when you're on the home page, when you hit enter database, it'll bring you here. You have to fill out, pick your username here and your password here, and then you have to pay the entry fee down here, and then you use that username and password that you picked to log in. But again, you will also want to go and register. Let me just see if I can click back to it. You will also have to go in, which once you enter through PayPal, it's going to bring you to a page with a link to this. Let's see. I'll go back to the home page real quick. So my computer's just a little sluggish because it takes a lot of power to live stream and share. Okay. No, it doesn't want to do that. It's not the website. The website is much faster. It's just the streaming that is making it lag here. I had the page pulled up. Okay, go home. Okay, so once you fill out this form here and you check out, finish up, check out, you will have 2 buttons. I almost pulled that page up for you guys. But you have 2 buttons. One will take you to this login, and the other one will take you to this registration form. So then again, you want to re-register that username that you just put in to the form. So you basically sign up twice. You sign up once on divinetimingdatabase.org. That gets you all ready to chat. Then you're directed to sign up, or not to sign up, to register for the auto search. And again, in this form, you have the choice to opt out of that. Right here it says, I understand that I must auto search to be run against potential matches. Yes, I will follow the instructions, which basically means that you go register on that page I just showed you. Or no, I would like you to enter me manually and email me with my matches. And that's for those of you that just aren't really understanding the steps, you know, and you just want to pay and you want me to let you know when you have a match. Or if you are same sex at this time, it only matches male to female in the auto search. It's something that we're building out as well. You know, there's a lot of decisions that have to be made in that, just technical decisions. So we're working on that. It's like we might actually have to create a separate auto search database to do that. And so we haven't come to those conclusions yet. So right now, if you're same sex, you're very welcome to join. You will just be matched manually as well. So, but the cool thing for the majority of you is you can, yes, follow the instructions, and the instructions will be to register on this page to auto search, which is what we were just playing in, where you see these matches and everything. And these, all this is, taking forever to load. Yeah, to see these best, you sign up today and one of your matches enters next week, they're going to see you. If you log back in, you will see them. So you could check it every day if you want, or once a week. You will see a match in your thing as soon as they sign up. But say you just forgot about it, they'll want to contact you and you'll get an email. So here, let me just go back to this page really. It'll bring you here, you go to register or login. She says, I'm able to view the site. I make new usernames each. For some reason the last word is cutting off, Sarah. Let me see. Oh, it's opening the chat in there now. Let me pull that out. Okay, so this is, yeah, this page you guys see. Here, this is the page where you'll register. Use the same user. It's very imperative that you use the same username that you used in the form. You don't have to use the same password. I just recommend you do so that you don't get confused between the two logins. And so here's where you log into the auto search. And that's what brings you to, you know, enter your, let me just go ahead and do it again. Just so you guys can see the menu page. Oh, of course, I don't type it in right. Okay. Okay, here we go. Yes, so before you go to view your matches won't populate unless you enter your birth details again. So that's a very crucial step. You'll register, it'll take you back to that login page you were just at, log in with your username and password one more time, and then enter your birth details. So you'll enter your birth details twice. You'll enter them on this form here, the bottom of this page, and then you will enter them, let me go to the right one, here. And then within 2 to 3 minutes, and a page will pop up and it'll tell you like, wait 2 to 3 minutes, then you will be able to view your matches. And you can come back anytime. Like I said, if one of your matches enters next week, you can just come back in. You don't have to enter your birth details again. Hit view my matches. I would recommend at this point, with the amount of people that are entering, to check once a week. But like I said, even if you forget about it, you will be notified when someone matches you. You can log in, check out all the synastry information. So yeah, okay. So I'm able to view the site if I make new usernames each. Sarah, if you already entered the database at, let's see here, if you already entered the database, I would recommend to email divinetimingdatabase@gmail. Let me just go ahead and let me sign in. divinetimingdatabase@gmail.com. Let me see if it'll let me right here. Let's make registered in the site and where, okay, Sarah? So I hope that helps you, and that applies to all of you. If you're having any trouble with this, contact admin anytime. They should get back to you within 24 hours, and they will help you walk through the process. But it's really pretty simple. You just fill out the form to sign up at divinetimingdatabase.org, and it will give you the link to log in and the link to register for the auto match. And you can't really get too lost in it. Once you fill out this form and enter, it walks you through it. So, but for those of you that had already entered and we just added the auto search, please also email divinetimingdatabase@gmail.com, because we already entered you into the auto search, so you'll need your temporary password and then you can reset it. So yeah, and that should be pretty. So I can't remember, Sarah, if you've entered or not. So definitely contact admin and they'll help you figure out the username thing. So yeah, this one a little longer than I expected, but I feel like it was pretty thorough. And I'll probably do it again one more time just to kind of make it clean. I always just like to update things and make them, you know, more understandable. But anyways, yes, this is probably the easiest way to find your best astrological match in the world. No other dating site or astrology site has this this technology. So it's pretty cutting edge. I'm in there, so if any of you fellas, have your moon in the feminine polarity, you might just match with me. All right. Sending you all lots of love, blessings, and light as always. Thank you so much for joining. And I hope I didn't make it too confusing. I have a tendency, especially my Mercury in Pisces, it's Pisces season. But, that's what gives me all this insight and knowledge. So it's a double-edged sword.